Oh yeah, so what you're seeing right there is a prime example of what we can do with UAS in combination with the standard firefighting tactics. So we had a hotshot crew earlier today, actually yesterday. They started right at the top of that ridge where you can see the smoke kind of lightly going off to the left, the top of that little piece. And they burned right along the edge of the control line, because human beings carrying drip torches can kind of do that fine adjustment work. And so they're lighting right off the edge there. If they get a spot fire, they're going to be in the right place at the right time. They can go chase the thing. And so then the fire starts backing off that ridge. And then normally what we would do before the dawn of the drone era was we would have hotshot spread all the way down that steep hill. A lot of exposure, personnel, just mostly it's rocks get kicked loose and trees falling down in the black. And that's where, you know, like I said, a lot of personnel exposure happens when people get hurt. And now with the drones, we've got the UAS, unmanned aerial systems that we now use. They can actually drop fire below on that steeper stuff. So the hotshots are lighting off the edge, and the drones come in, and after there's enough heat built along the top, the drones will come in and they'll drop incendiary devices below where the hotshots were. And now instead of having to have hotshots that are working down on that steep slope, you can have drones that are actually doing a good amount of that work, building heat off the line once the black line's in, and then we can just kind of have that low intensity fire back beneath the canopy. You know, the standard tactic, of course, is to light along that edge and then slowly progress downhill. If you light it at the bottom, then you create too much heat. You got a chance of the fire getting into the canopy and throwing spots over your containment line. So the drone's just one more tool that we're able to use to kind of minimize the amount of personnel exposure we got. And yeah, in that case, that's kind of a prime example of it doing good work right there. Like I said, the hotshots lit the first 20, 50 feet off the line, and then the drones took it from there and started backing it off the hill. So yeah, it's a fantastic tool. In my humble opinion, it's a lot cheaper than using a helicopter, which is another tool we've used in the past in this situation. So instead of having 2 or 3 people, the pilot, the PSD operator, and the helicopter manager all sitting in one place, exposed with a helicopter at full power, in that basically the most dangerous operating level for the helicopter. Instead of having to use that nowadays, we have this robot that, worst case scenario, if something bad happens, we lose a piece of equipment as opposed to hurting people. So not only is it reduced personnel exposure, it's also just a lot cheaper. These drones are $20,000 all told, $30,000 give or take, as compared to $1 million aircraft with people in it. So to me, it's a no-brainer to start using these things as much as possible.